Hey guys, it's me, and today I'm reading the Torelai diary. And it says, better have 9 lives if I catch you reading my diary. So yeah. And July 5. Oh, they're telling math jokes now. Question: what do you get if you divide the circumference of a jack-o'-lantern by its diameter? Answer: a pumpkin pie. The math geeks I'm stuck on this bus with think that this is funny. So funny, in fact, that the harpy sitting in front of me shoots milk out of her nose when she hears the punchline. I don't think it's funny at all. I'd rather be listening to music I have stored on my iCoffin. But 2 hours into our 5-hour ride home, my iCoffin gave up the ghost. It should have lasted the whole trip, and then some except that one of my math camp roomies accidentally unplugged my iCoffin charger last night when she plugged in her fright light. I don't even know why a ghost needs a fright light. What? Was she afraid she would tip over something and go bump in the night? I realized what happened when we woke up this morning, but we had to leave first thing, so I didn't have time to put a full charge on it. At least I got enough battery life to block out the 2 hours dedicated to the singing of X number bottles of ghoul juice on the wall. To add to the misery, the seats on this bus only have room for 2 monsters, and Meowlity and Persephone are of course sitting together, which left me stuck in a seat next to a troll named Tila, who had never been away from her bridge for more than a day until she came to math camp. She cried herself to sleep every night. Not that any other monster but me noticed, but then again, I noticed everything. I also noticed that Tila wasn't laughing at any of the math jokes either. In fact, she seemed to be more miserable than I was. Well, now here I was thinking she was missing her bridge, but if that were the case, why didn't she seem excited about going home? Dish, I said. She turned and looked at me for a moment, and then stared back ahead. Okay, suit yourself then, I said, and then tried to Then tried to curl up in the seat to take a cat nap, which I had almost accomplished when she said, my boyfriend broke up with me by text the first night of math camp. She still wasn't looking at me, but she wasn't crying either. He was my first real boyfriend. And then, I don't know why I'm telling you, 'cause you don't seem to care about any monster besides yourself, and you'll probably figure out a way to use this to make it even worse, me even more miserable. I didn't show it, but that really hurt. Just because I enjoy the chaos that a good practical joke brings doesn't mean that I'm intentionally cruel, does it? I don't think it does. And besides, where's the fun of kicking some monster when they're already down? It's a lot more fun to see the surprise on a monster's face when they think they've got it all together, and you can help them see that they don't. So I said, guess you better tell me the whole story then, so I can do a thorough job. That actually brought a ghost of a smile to her face. Tila told me that her ex-boyfriend was applying to colleges and that he decided he needed to keep his options open in case he might meet his intellectual equal at school. At first I didn't believe he actually wrote that, and then she showed me the text. Does he really think he's that smart? I asked. She kind of shrugged and said, he's scary smart, but not as good at math as I am, especially with differential math. with differential equations. She told me he really wanted to get into this one school because his favorite mad scientist taught there. I never heard of the school, but I knew who the mad scientist was because Mr. Hack made us watch a bunch of his videos in class. The videos were deadly boring, but the mad scientist had this odd accent and strange speech pattern. I used to mimic his voice in class to make Mr. Hack jump. I'd wait until Mr. Hack's back was turned and then scream, "Hi-yak! These students release you! Well, I yet why. It cost me several days in detention and a trip to Headmistress Bloodgood's office the last time I mimicked the mad scientist. But even Mr. Hack admitted he couldn't tell the difference between the scientist's voice and my imitation of it. We talked about a few more things, and then Tila finally fell asleep. I was able to finally fall asleep as well, but before having to hear another math joke, followed by an explosion of milk from the seat in front of me. Okay, so that's the end of that chapter. Woo! It's already been 6 minutes. Oh gosh. 1 second. That is part 1 of the Torelai Diary. And look up